How North Korea's most advanced warship sank in 7 minutes. In war, it is not the strongest who survive. It is those who adapt the fastest. In March 2010, the world's most secretive nation, North Korea, suffered a catastrophic military embarrassment. Their most advanced warship, the Cheonan-class corvette, designed to patrol coastal waters and showcase the regime's naval strength, sank in just 7 minutes after a mysterious explosion. 46 sailors lost their lives, and the incident pushed the Korean peninsula to the brink of war. But what really happened on that cold night? How could a state that prides itself on military power lose a warship so quickly and so mysteriously? The warship, a symbol of power. The ship in question was the ROKS Cheonan, a 1,200-ton Pohang-class corvette used by South Korea for anti-submarine warfare. Wait, here's the twist. This wasn't a North Korean ship at all. It was a South Korean Navy vessel, sunk by suspected North Korean attack. The confusion arises because the Cheonan disaster exposed how North Korea's most advanced naval strategies could cripple modern warships. For Pyongyang, it was proof of their ability to strike. For Seoul, it was one of the deadliest naval disasters in decades. The Cheonan was fitted with sonar, radar, and weapons meant to counter submarine threats. Yet, in less than 10 minutes, it broke apart and sank, leaving investigators to wonder how such a modern vessel could be destroyed so swiftly. The night of the disaster, March 26, 2010. The Cheonan was patrolling near Baekneong Island, close to the tense maritime border with North Korea. Around 9:22 p.m., sailors reported a thunderous explosion that tore through the hull. Within minutes, the corvette split in half and sank into the Yellow Sea. Survivors described the chaos. Lights cut out instantly. The deck tilted sharply. Cold seawater rushed in with the terrifying force. Within 7 minutes, the ship was gone, leaving only debris, oil slicks, and 46 missing sailors. Immediate reactions. The sinking shocked South Korea. Families demanded answers, and the military scrambled to explain how a modern warship had been lost so suddenly. North Korea, meanwhile, denied involvement, but suspicions ran high. The South Korean government launched a massive salvage operation, eventually raising both halves of the Cheonan from the seabed. What they found would ignite one of the most heated military controversies of the decade. The investigation. An international team of experts from the US, UK, Australia, Sweden, and South Korea studied the wreckage. Their findings pointed to one chilling conclusion. The Cheonan had been sunk by a torpedo, likely fired from a North Korean submarine. Evidence included traces of explosive residue consistent with a torpedo blast, fragments of a torpedo propeller recovered near the site, marked with North Korean manufacturing codes. The pattern of damage, a massive shockwave beneath the hull, splitting the ship in two. South Korea's president at the time, Lee Myung-bak, condemned Pyongyang, calling it a military provocation that would not go unanswered. The politics of denial. North Korea, as expected, denied everything. The regime called the investigation a fabrication, insisting that the US and South Korea staged the incident to frame them. China and Russia expressed skepticism, while the United Nations Security Council stopped short of directly blaming Pyongyang, reflecting the global divisions on how to deal with North Korea. But for many in South Korea, the evidence was clear. Their warship had been destroyed by a hostile act. Why 7 minutes? How could the Cheonan sink so quickly? Naval experts point to several factors. Underwater, shockwave. A torpedo detonated beneath the ship, not on direct contact, creating a bubble jet effect. The sudden expansion and collapse of gases ripped the ship's steel hull apart almost instantly. Location of hit. The explosion struck the weakest part of the ship, beneath the engine room, cutting power and preventing distress signals. Design vulnerabilities. Although advanced, the Cheonan wasn't built to withstand modern torpedo technology. Its thin hull and outdated sonar left it exposed to stealthy submarines. Together, these factors explain why a 1,200-ton warship could vanish beneath the waves in 7 minutes flat. Aftermath and escalation. The sinking of the Cheonan pushed the Korean peninsula into crisis. South Korea suspended nearly all trade with the North, expelled diplomats, and launched military exercises with the US. North Korea threatened all-out war if attacked, fueling fears of escalation. Families of the fallen sailors mourned bitterly, while many South Koreans questioned their government's preparedness against northern aggression. For Pyongyang, however, the incident was a propaganda victory. Despite official denials, the regime celebrated its submarine fleet as proof that even small, isolated North Korea could strike a powerful blow against the South and its allies. Legacy of the sinking. 15 years later, the Cheonan tragedy still casts a shadow. It was a reminder that the Korean War, though frozen since 1953, never truly ended. Skirmishes, provocations, and military posturing remain constant along the demilitarized zone and disputed waters. For South Korea, the sinking triggered billions in defense upgrades, better sonar, advanced anti-submarine weapons, and more joint drills with the U.S. Navy. For North Korea, it reinforced their reliance on asymmetric warfare, using submarines, missiles, and cyber attacks instead of open confrontation. The story of the Cheonan isn't just about a warship lost at sea. It's about fragile peace on the Korean peninsula, about how one torpedo nearly reignited a war that never truly ended. In just 7 minutes, 46 lives were lost, and decades of uneasy stability were shaken. History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. The tragedy of the Cheonan is a reminder that old wars can always resurface when we least expect them.